Good morning, Coolest Coast. It's time for Coffee with Kristin and Tina. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Coffee with Kristin and Tina. We're your hosts. This is Kristin Odell. I'm Tina Prigge. So happy to see you this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I notice I've got longer sleeves on. You've got, yup. Oh, it's real. Fall's happening.
It's legit. It's here. It has changed. It's official.
Your sweater looks so comfy.
Thanks. It is actually it's like a summer sweater, if I can say that. Like
Oh,
you can get away with this. It's light enough that you can wear it during the summer with like capris or jean, it's not a super heavy sweater, but it definitely feels like fall today.
even today, it's still hopeful then to have that sweater on, that if it does warm up, if it becomes, one of those warm days that we've been having, you're still prepared.
Yeah, well, and I like wear it with a tank top right now, but then as winter, I might wear a long sleeve underneath it, switched over. So
Nice.
it's all
Hey,
season.
Kristin, I know it was homecoming weekend, and I know this was your first like high school homecoming as parents. Can you tell us how did it go? Give us all the details.
Well, so Grace actually went last year. Grace was a first, so she's a sophomore this year.
Wait a second, I've missed a whole year. That's right. That's right. So it's my first for you, but your second. Let's. That's right. I was almost dead. I forgot.
But last year, she sprained her ankle really badly at the Powder Puff game, and she was on crutches for homecoming last year,
Oh,
which
rats.
was no bueno. So this year, she's like, I'm not playing Powder Puff. It's not worth it to be injured for weeks after. And they just had a blast. Took pictures. The weather was really nice out. It was so comfortable. They had a great dinner at Azumi. They went up
Oh,
to Lincoln and had just danced all night and then had a sleepover with their girlfriend. So
aw, that's
it's
wonderful. Does homecoming still, you know, unroll or roll out like it did back in the day? So it's still a dance, maybe a DJ.
Yeah, I actually think there's more pomp and circumstance around homecoming now than what there was. So, last week, like on Wednesday night, they had the bonfire at Red Arrow Beach. Um, Thursday night, I think there was I think the volleyball team maybe played at home or the soccer team played at home. So there was like a game and kids were supporting that. Friday night was the parade and pep
Yeah.
rally, and then Powder Puff was Friday night. There's like activities. So I don't remember there being that much when I would go. I don't know what you think, but
Yeah, I don't remember all of that either. So, and I went to a different school, right? I didn't go to Lincoln, so I don't remember there being like a powder puff option even,
yep.
or the whole bonfire. I don't
Yeah,
know,
and I
maybe.
mean, I remember playing Powder Puff, but I don't think it was part of homecoming. I
Oh.
don't know. Maybe I also could just not be remembering that correctly. But
I know. Can somebody remember this for us and tell us?
tell me what we did. But anyway, she had a great time. She looked beautiful. She had so much fun. And I just think, obviously those memories aren't timeless because you and I are having a problem remembering. But
But it'll get her through for a while, that's for sure.
yeah, it's just really good, fun stuff. And yeah, they had a DJ and they had a photo booth up at Lincoln. And she just was so excited to come home and tell us about it. So I love that for her.
I do too. And speaking of school, you've got kind of a cool school project set to the side. Can you tell us about that?
Do so. Nora, who is my sixth grader.
She's in sixth grade already?
Yeah,
Kristin, where is this time going?
they're studying Indigenous peoples. Sorry, her little Plains Indians are here laying down. They haven't been properly propped up yet, but they've been working on this. And in my past, I've done historical reenacting and leatherworking, and so we had an opportunity over the weekend not this past weekend, the weekend before. I got my like leather working stuff out. This is actually deer hide. So it's not buffalo hide or canvas, but we had an opportunity we went to Silver Creek Park and we hiked around and found sticks that would work for her teepee. And then we worked on a pattern and laid it out. And so she did some leather stitching and working. So like all of these things, this is all of her like little handiwork. So is it?
Bravo. Oh, yeah, it's great. And I love that it was not just learning about it, but learning how to do it, right? Like
Yeah.
learning leather work and stuff. That's wonderful.
So she's got to wrap up some details here and deck out her planes. You can see her planes are fairly boring right now, but
What is the green? Is that some kind of cloth?
no, it's actually, we went to Hobby Lobby and they have paper that looks like grass. And so we just got paper and she glued it down before we started working on her teepee. But, it's fun to like, yeah, be teaching her kind of a craft thing and working on it together and just being her extra hands, like, getting all the sticks and everything to come together takes more than just her little hands. So
And to be able to share something that you previously had an interest in, right? So you
yeah,
had the tools and the knowledge. That's fantastic when you get to share that with your littles.
yeah, it was fun. And like, I have a leather punch that like punches holes. And so I got to show her how that worked and, how it can be used. And a needle to sew like leather goods is long and it's very triangular at the end and it's very sharp. And it actually like it's like straight and then it has a hook up to help push it through because you need leverage and the needles have to be a lot stronger. And so we just even got to talk about, why is it like that? And how does it work and all those kinds of things. So
Is there like a thimble equivalent or anything like that that you have to use?
I don't know. There maybe is. The thing about doing leather work is like you need to be able to feel where the needle is going to push through. And so
Oh,
I think if you had a thimble on, it would prevent you from feeling the spot, if that makes sense.
right, right, right. So you have to feel it, but then also know enough not to poke yourself.
Yes. Good hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, very cool. So do you think she'll make anything else out of leather? Like, does she seem to enjoy it?
That's a really great question. I do think she enjoyed sewing. I don't know if she'll necessarily do leather, but I do think it's like kind of piqued her interest in like what else could she make or kind of play with.
Do they still have any kind of sewing or home ec courses available in school?
I mean, I don't know.
Because
I
like
mean,
I feel like my son has zero idea of how to even begin, like how to even approach a needle,
yeah, or
right?
like, how do you sew a button on?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I do remember like a sewing class, where you get to like make a pillow and different things in like seventh or eighth grade, but I'm not sure.
Hmm.
There's definitely like kits of things you can get at places like, Hobby Lobby or Walmart, wherever, where you can, their little projects. But yeah,
Hey, my cousin, I just want to share a picture. My cousin uh, got this sweatshirt to show me, and it says, focus on the step in front of you, not the whole staircase. And I thought that was really valuable advice, especially when you're trying to accomplish something new, right? Or, I mean, even just um, going through life, right? If you're focused on what's in front of you, the next thing, rather than worrying about too far of what's ahead, I think it's beneficial. But especially for me, right? Just focusing on that smidge, that next step, rather than the whole staircase. I love that concept.
yeah, I like the idea too. Like the whole staircase can be overwhelming, right? So the way you eat the elephant is one bite at a time, right? And so if you look at the whole staircase, that could just feel like a lot. But focusing on just like, okay, here's one thing I can do today.
Yeah. Yeah. And another reason I think it's important to focus on the step in front of you.
Yes, this is a good reason to focus on the step in front of you, especially when the steps are brown and the animal is brown.
He blends in so well.
This
So
is this is Reggie.
what's Reggie doing? Reggie looks so comfortable. Reggie doesn't even look like he'd move if you wanted to step on that step.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes he doesn't. This is actually his annoyed face. You can't maybe see it, but this is all of the family members still doing things in the house, and he wants to go to bed. But he has FOMO. He won't actually go to bed until I walk back in the bedroom. So he lays on the step where he can see what we're doing and just,
So even though he wants to go to bed, even though that's his tired face,
Hmm.
he is waiting until everyone else
He
settles down.
cannot miss something, and he cannot go to bed without his people.
If you went to bed earlier than everyone else, would he go to bed or would he still wait up?
Nope, he would come to bed.
So you are the linchpin.
Yep, for some reason I don't understand it, but
But what about your other dog?
she doesn't care. She's she's like, nope. She throws up her middle paw finger at us and says like, "Have a nice day. You're done. Done with you."
So what about in the morning? What happens? Are they up and at him or do they wait?
Um, well, Millie in her elder age tends to want to get up and go to the bathroom earlier.
I feel
Reggie,
you, Millie. I feel you.
yeah, Reggie will hang out and wait. He's just like a very companion. He just needs his people.
So where is he now? Is he like by your feet?
He's not in here. He's probably laying out there. Sometimes he's literally right outside the door. He is not out there today. No, I kick him out of here because if UPS or FedEx or whatever comes, then they would
Oh,
bark in the
gotcha.
office. So they're not allowed to be in here while I'm live.
So you're like his people, like wherever you are in the house is kind of where he wants to be.
Yeah. Yep.
So what does he do like when you're preparing food? Is he around in the kitchen or does he wait off to the side?
Yeah, they like lay in the kitchen. Sometimes they wait for things to drop on the floor and, get a little sniggity snack.
Smart dogs.
Yeah.
Hey, talking about sniggety snacks, what is Doug tromping through the field here doing? It looks like he's got bags full of potential sniggety snacks.
Doesn't he look so cute? I told him he looked buff.
How, how
This,
does how does he take those compliments?
I mean, with like a giggle, but he's a pretty humble guy. So, this is last Friday. We went apple picking. And so those bags are full of Cortland apples. I should have grabbed one for the show.
Ooh.
Dang it, I'm so mad at myself.
Is
Uh,
that what this is?
yes, they are like so big this year, like this big. And we just found these like incredible trees full. So each of those bags in his hands weighed 30 to 35 pounds, which I think he's making it look pretty easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, we picked so fast. They just were so good.
Okay, so what's in the bag wasn't just already bagged. You had to pick everything.
Yeah, we were picking off the trees. Yep.
Wow.
We were picking off the trees.
And they look beautiful. Are they sweet? Are they crisp?
These are Cortlands. So yeah, crisp, white center, sweet. Like the owner said, he feels like the longer, like this is prime picking time in his opinion because they've stayed on the tree a little bit longer and they're a little bit sweeter, but super good. My mom made applesauce out of them and it was really, really delicious.
Can you make a pie out of them?
Absolutely. You can make anything out of them.
Yeah.
You can everything. But we've been slicing them up and eating them plain. And we picked up like 4 different varieties of apples and we took them to the kids' school. So the kids at school get to sample different types of apple, because like the peeling is different and the meat of the apple looks different and they're different colors. And yeah, they have different levels of crunchiness and sweetness. So
That's a great idea to do a taste test with apples because you're right. And like you say, Cortland, and I'm not sure what to conjure in my mind, right? Like I
yep.
recently had a honey crisp. I recently made a pie with Macintosh.
Mm.
I know what a Granny Smith is, but like there's all sorts of apples that I don't quite have a knowledge base for, right?
I
And that
will
would be really fun to
deliver
do it.
some Cortlands. I will deliver some Cortlands to you this afternoon. And then you
Ah,
can sample it.
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing.
But so good. Good, fun fall activity.
So is that an orchard? Can you share where you went? And are they still picking if people had an interest in doing that themselves?
Yeah. So we were at Hillside Orchards in Casco, which we have gone for years and years and years. Like my mom used to go with her mom many years ago and pick. And I think they are still picking Cortlands. We did find some Macintosh on trees. I picked something called a Jonah Gold. That was still in
Wait,
the
so the
tree.
trees were different, so you had to kind of pay attention to what you were picking or know what you wanted
Yeah,
to
there are
pick?
signs that say like this row is this row is this. So, um,
Ooh, Cindy,
yeah,
thank you. Cortland and McIntosh are great for baking, she said.
yep. So they're like crunchy. They both have a pretty white center. Um, a little bit of tartness, obviously, but not like super tart, like just nice. I don't know how else to describe that, but and they also don't get super. So like in a pie, they don't like break down and just get to like mush fast. You know what I mean? Like if you wanted to have thick slices where you're like chewing the apples in a pie, that would hold up
Yeah.
better.
Yes, I wanna be doing that right now.
But
Kristen,
yeah,
I just wanna say, like, as a mom, I love how you observe the passing of the seasons and do the things, like, in our local biosphere that are important to do that, right? That you're giving your kids those experiences like apple picking and other things like that. That's really cool.
well, and it was beautiful. I mean, we drove up there last Friday. There was like nobody there, which was awesome. It was very just low key, and the weather was gorgeous. And we pick pumpkins always when we're there.
She said,
Oh,
"Wow!" Like, "Wow."
I love that. We
Okay,
also
wait,
picked.
pumpkins. Okay, I'm listening.
There we go. Yep, there's the five of us. Um, that they also like grow competition pumpkins, so you can see how big that one is. Isn't that crazy?
So that's a real pumpkin? That's not like a fiberglass
No, that is a
display?
real pumpkin. That is a real
What?
pumpkin.
Do they
Yeah,
know how much it weighs?
I don't know. I didn't ask. I'm sure I
Okay.
could find out. But girls always pick pumpkins there too, and so they each picked out a pumpkin to carve probably next weekend. And they had pie pumpkins there, which I think I sent you a picture of this. They had pie pumpkins for $1.
Is that what this is?
Yeah. So Friday night I came home. I have them scoop the seeds out just like you would for a cantaloupe or a squash or whatever. And I roasted them off in the oven and then scooped it out. And then on Sunday or Saturday, one of those days, I ran it all through the food processor just to like smooth it out a little bit. But I got 24 cups of pumpkin out of those pumpkins right there.
Out of these little pumpkins?
Yes.
And okay, how many cups for a pie? 3?
It's like 2 cups. Like a can is like 15 ounces. It used to
Wow.
be 16 ounces. So I put it in I weighed it and put it in Ziploc bags between 15 and 16 ounces. And yeah, so I have 12 bags of 2 cups of pumpkin each, but we made pumpkin muffins with it. And I like to throw pumpkin in like spaghetti sauce in lasagna because it just, there's good nutrients in pumpkin. And so, and it makes it kind of creamy and it's sweet. Uh,
Wow.
so
I've
yeah,
never
it's
heard
in
of
these
that before.
little Ziploc bags, and I can pull them out of the freezer and use them at will. It's good.
Uh, okay. She says, "Pumpkin pie, tsukurimashita ne." So, made pumpkin pie. Oishikatta no omoi desu ne. So I gave her my pie recipe. So she's saying she made pumpkin pie and that it was a delicious memory.
I love that.
Aw,
Are they in a fall season in Japan?
they are. And it's interesting. A Japanese pumpkin is different. It's called a kabocha and it's green. It's got a green rind.
So is that what she is using to make pumpkin pie?
I don't know.
Oh, it'd be so interesting to see a picture of that if it was green.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love
now the inside is still orange. It's just the
it.
outside. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so when I was first there, I almost thought it was a not ripe pumpkin, and then
Yep.
it took me a while to realize, "Oh, no, no, that's what it looks like." It gets, like, just this deep green color.
Okay, so traditionally, other places outside the US, the sweets are not as sweet. Our pumpkin pie usually has sugar or sweetened condensed milk or something in it.
Oh,
They
sweetened condensed milk, I never thought about that.
Yes. So have they do is she following a recipe that is like is that too sweet almost for her palate? I'm so curious.
Oh, that's such a good question.
I want to know. Did you know? I think we've talked about this on the show. Did you know that you can mix up the pumpkin pie filling and just bake it in a Pyrex dish, and it'll set up all by itself, and you don't need a crust.
And so you can just eat the filling like
Mhm.
a pie without the
It'll scoop
wow.
out and like, you can cut it into like, if you do it in 9 by 13, you can, like, cut it out in rectangles like a tort and put Cool Whip on it and eat it, and it's just the filling.
Wow. Okay, let me ask you really quick. Miho-san, pumpkin pie 食べるときに甘いでしょその甘いはどうですか甘いすぎるですか大丈夫ですか Okay, we'll see if she responds.
I love that. I love listening to you say other languages. I'm just so in awe of you always.
Aw,
By
thank
the
you.
way, last Wednesday night, I'm doing a Bible study at church. Last Wednesday night, there was an icebreaker. We played Two Truths and a Lie, which we played at church after. I was like, "You're encouraging us to lie in church. Is that not like, is that okay?"
Maybe it's the best place because you could just directly go to confession.
But I had previously complimented somebody had gotten their hair colored in my group. It's an all ladies group. And I was like, oh, the hair color is so autumnal. It looks so beautiful on you. And they were all like, autumnal? What is this word? They'd never heard the word autumnal before. So then when we played Two Truths and a Lie, my lie was that I spoke Japanese.
Did
And
they
they
believe you?
believed me because I used the word autumnal, and they're like, oh, you know languages, so you mustn't speak Japanese.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Isn't
I,
that great?
I love that. You know, speaking of words, you sent this word. Did you say Doug sent you this? Or maybe you looked it up, but polymath. And I often call Jason a polymath because of all the different interests and things he's good at. But a polymath is a person of wide-ranging knowledge or learning. So I look at it as somebody that like, you know, for example, Jason is an artist and a graphic designer and you know what I mean? All these different, right? So I always call him a polymath. I'm not sure if that's the right use for it, but
Yes, I think so. This was from me. What triggered this is there was a Simon Sinek episode I watched. Let me see if I can find it. I love watching Simon Sinek on YouTube. If you're not a fan or not following, he has a podcast called A Bit of Optimism, and he interviews people, and it's just interesting and comical. And so he interviews this woman. Let me see. Ella, gosh darn it. All these windows are opening, and now I have an ad.
okay. So while you're looking that up, Chris said, I make my filling all the time on its own without a crust, like you were talking about. And she adds a bit of whipping cream. It's almost like a flan. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. Okay. So this particular podcast is called "The Beautiful Brilliance of Boredom," and it's Ellie Cordova. She during COVID became like kind of an online comic. She's kind of a natural introvert, but she's clearly a brilliant woman because she like learned how to count cards and has gotten kicked out of casinos, and she's a musician, and she just like very, very interesting to listen to. So this is the episode. She's
Okay.
considered a polymath that I listened to, and I was like, what in the world is this thing? So I will drop it in the links if you want to listen to it. Like, it's very, very interesting. But I think the root of being a polymath is you have to be a natural learner and inquisitive and going and like teaching yourself how to do things.
And not just satisfied with one path. Is it fair to call a polymath a polymathematician?
Mm. Yeah, I'm curious about the root of polymath. Like, poly to me means many, right? But math doesn't make sense to me other than like maybe math being more of a
Mm. Yeah, it doesn't say the etymology here.
yeah, like math being
A
like a trade,
skill or a,
yeah, a
yeah.
skill or a trade, and so you have many trades or many skills. That would make sense to me, but not mathematician.
No.
She's good at math, but it's not just that. Like, she has researched aliens in Area 51 and wrote a song about it, and just like the ground she covers as an individual is very wide.
Would you consider yourself a polymath?
No, I do not. But I do think Doug is.
By the way, Miho followed up and she said, "It's a little sweet, maybe. Japanese cake is a lot less sweet." And she said, "America is very sweet," with a little face.
Does that make us sweeter on the inside?
Makes us very sweet, doesn't it?
I don't think so.
And also, and also plump.
I think it makes us unhealthy.
It's interesting because when I first started living in Japan and started getting a little bit of a homesickness, right? Like after that first 2 weeks, you start to crave things from home. And I remember I was there maybe 2 months or so, and I found a Mr. Donut. And I
Mm.
was like, "Oh my gosh, yes, right, a taste of home." And I went in and I got this donut, I took a bite, and it just I mean, I think maybe it had like a third of the amount of sugar of a donut in America that I'd be used to, and I was like, "Oh, that's not the same." But then I really adapted to the less sugar, right? Like you just kinda adapt to where you are, right? And so
Right.
then eventually it was enough, and after 3 years in Japan, when I came back and had a donut, I was like, "Oh my god, it's way too sweet."
I can't do it. Do you find has that stayed with you?
I wish.
So, no.
Right, right. I was hoping I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna go so well for me now," but again, you adapt.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I think I don't eat a lot of sugar, but I'm sure, like, I people go through withdrawal when they stop eating sugar, like, they get headaches and they feel like crap, and, like, it's a real thing.
Yeah, yeah, and even when you think you're not eating sugar, so often we are, right? Like,
Yeah. Yes.
"Hey, it's farmer's market," like, it's in full swing, and I finally got to go to the farmer's market thanks to Jason for taking me and
Oh,
pushing me and getting me all around.
looks like a beautiful day.
It was gorgeous.
Look at your little Japanese bag.
You know, this was so thoughtful. A delegation just visited from Kamigawa, and a girl that I know was part of it. And so she was so thoughtful. She figured out like the size that I needed and the length that I needed and got this bag for my chair. And I've tried all sorts of different things like backpacks and other bags, right? And just that attention, that awareness of what I needed so moved me.
So it works.
It's perfect.
That is so cool. Yeah, I noticed the straps are shorter on it to kind
Yeah.
of hook onto there.
Yeah, and it's a slightly stretchy fabric, so, like, you could fill it a little more, but when it's not filled, it just, like, kinda condenses down.
I love that for you. What a sweet and thoughtful thing.
Yeah, thank you.
Where are the flowers now?
They are on the counter.
Nice.
Yeah.
I adore the little ladies assembling bouquets down at the farmer's market. I mean, compared to me, they're very little, right? And they're just so sweet and they work so hard and it's beautiful.
The flowers are so beautiful, and there's so many different varieties. Yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of prime time yet. I think probably by the end of this month, it probably will be no more. So if you haven't gotten down there, you should
yeah,
head down there.
it's worth it. I mean, just the piles of vegetables looked so good, the flowers, apples.
Did you buy any other veggies or fruit while you were there?
Yeah, we got a bunch of apples.
Mm. Have you made anything else? So you made apple pie. What else is on your list of things to make?
Oh, should there be other things on my list? I am an apple pie girl. I love apple pie.
Are you? Doug and Grace would love it if I made apple dumplings,
Ooh.
which I have not tried. I had a failure very early on when Doug and I were dating. I had a pie crust failure in the apple dumpling department. And so we have a good laugh about it now because I said, forget it. I'm not making apple dumplings. It's not working. I'm just going to press it in a pan. I'll make apple pie.
The
And
thing is, okay, yep.
he said, he's going to be so pissed that I'm talking about this on this. He's like, let me run to the store and get the gel. And I was like, oh, no, no, no. Wait, we are making it. The gel comes from the apples. And he was like, huh? And I was like, no, we're not putting pie filling in. Like we're making it, the apple will go in there and it makes its own gel. And he was like, mind blown.
He thought you
So,
needed like what you'd put in a pudgy pie or something like that, apple pie
yes,
filling.
yes. In his world, pie filling goes in the pie. So this has been like a joke forever because even especially apple pie, but things like sometimes we'll make a baked French toast and it has like apple pie filling on the bottom or a pumpkin on the bottom or something. Like he'll be like, let me run and get the gel. Like it's just the joke that we have now. So
That's awesome. Hey, by the way, Barb is saying the cobia is coming home today for anyone that wants to watch. That would
I
be a
love that
really
you translated that.
well, a couple of messages down, she corrected it. So, oh, that's not even right.
You did great. That's so
Thanks.
awesome. I saw an update maybe early last week that they were going to be finishing up and it was going to get towed back and it looks so cool.
It's
So,
amazing to see it like out on the water, moving in a
yeah.
way we never get to see when it's moored in the river.
You know what's interesting, for years, I haven't had it now, but I for years had a reoccurring dream that there were submarine races in the Manitowoc River. And people would go down and watch and just all these weird things. And so seeing the cobia being towed is like a coming alive of, whatever underlying weird subconscious things I've had in my brain for all those years.
Has it reactivated that dream?
No,
No.
I have
Okay.
not had it. No. I
Interesting.
feel like I was in high school when I was having that dream. Isn't that weird?
Well, I feel like that's like a phrase people use. Like, oh, what are you gonna do? We're gonna go watch the submarine races, which was never a thing. So I'm not exactly sure what it was,
That's a real phrase.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll just say okay. I don't know. Like in my dreams, I could vividly see like it would be just the top sticking out, or part of the top, I don't know, silliness.
Okay, viewers, we're going to watch the submarine races or like a reference to the submarine races. Fill us in. What was that regarding? Like, what was that? Was that just saying like we're going to go and screw around? We don't have like definite plans, or like was it referring to something else?
We have plans, but we can't tell you.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah, we're actually going to go and drink 40 ounces behind the barn or something. Like, yeah, what did that mean?
I can't wait to hear what the answers are for this.
Or what do you think? Make something up. Write a haiku about it.
There you go.
Oh, Cindy said, "Oh, I can fill you in." Okay, Cindy, please, please, please.
I look forward to this. I look forward to hearing what Cindy has to say about. I wonder what chat would say about the submarine races. Okay.
Well, Kristin, this has been a fantastic morning. Thank you for sharing it.
I love chatting with you in the morning. It's so fun.
Ditto.
Is there any deets on when the cobia is coming back if people want to go down and watch?
I heard on a post this morning around 3 p.m.
Oh, very cool. Maybe I'll have to head down there with the kiddos after school.
Cindy said it was a teenage dating parking thing. Okay.
Submarine races. Look at my mom.
Making out. Okay. Oh. To go parking at the lakefront and kissing is involved.
There we go.
Awesome. I like the submarine races.
I would like it to be known for the record that that's not the version of submarine races I was referencing in my dreams in high school.
These were teenage dreams.
That is even more funny.
No races, so you kissed instead. Aw, that's awesome. I love that was verified.
By multiple resources.
Yep.
Multiple sources, I should say.
Yep. I think we need to bring that phrase back.
That is hilarious.
Well, that's a great place to end. All right, everyone, enjoy watching the submarine races. Thank you for joining us.
Your extra was in the background today at the beginning of the show. Are you going to go ask him if he wants to go watch the submarine races now?
I'm going to go see what he says. Yeah.
You guys could roll down to the lakefront today and sit and watch the cobia come home.
I think that would be really cool to see.
As long as the weather cooperates.
Yeah. All right, enjoy, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Coffee with Kristin and Tina. This is Kristin Odell. I'm Tina Prigge. We'll see you next time. Stay cool, everyone.